it in the wrong place? Are we live? It says we're live, but my other thing doesn't.
Oh, I was not ready.
Thought you were ready. You said you were sitting there waiting on me.
I know, but I
Mm,
didn't.
just
Our thing wasn't in the channel content. Mm, I yeah.
it was
Yeah.
everywhere. This is a rough morning.
Mhm. Yeah. It was rough. I had a hard time getting up.
Did you?
Yep.
How
Yep.
about
I did.
everybody else?
Everybody else is still asleep.
No, we had a viewer, and then you lost them. You're taking the hit on that one.
Fault.
No, somebody's got to take the hit. That one's going to be you for lack of movement.
I was drawing.
I know, which actually makes sense on the lack of movement because you're concentrating, not moving anything but your hand. So the camera's really not going to pick that up,
Yeah.
and that would make sense from the way that I was seeing you face. So, have you verified if we're live yet? Because
Yes. Yeah, we're live and there is sound.
good, because the OBS software is being silly this morning. It's just all.
And I even recalibrated.
Boop bop beep, recalibrating.
What?
That was my boop bop beep recalibrating voice.
I just heard Poppy.
Poppy.
That's weird.
Yeah,
It's early though.
I hit the button on my mic, so I don't know what direction it's picking up sound from either. Like you know how we did all those tests at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
They put the button on the side of the mic. It is just the silliest. Like why?
Just to mess with you.
Yeah. So
Personal.
now we have something scheduled for today.
Excellent.
Maybe the stream will just be us updating our page. Wouldn't that be funny? You tune in and you're expecting like just think of like a normal channel where they have real topics and stuff, and you tune in and it's just them just maintenance.
Admin.
Yep, admin work. They're doing their accounting. Who that'd be kind of exciting. Like,
Would it?
Yeah, it would. It would.
Mm.
Accounting is fun. What, you don't think so?
I used to.
So what do you think the title of Saturday's show should be? Is it alive?
That's hilarious. That's what I wrote for my thing. I wrote it's AI-live. It's
Yeah,
wow.
it is AI dash live. There you go. That's a false claim. So we're gonna have to go, comma, or is it? Ooh.
Or you just do a question mark. It's alive.
I guess the way I phrased it the first time, is it AI alive? I don't know. This is complicated.
I think any of them is excellent.
No, they're not. This is the painstaking work that we go through, you know. You think this one works? Yeah, any of them works. All right, let's just pick one.
Yep. Yeah, whatever.
Whatevs. So, today, now we have two things scheduled now. Ooh, look at this.
Oh.
For some reason, I'm thinking this is wrong. That number.
It looks excellent.
Now, what number are we on? Because, like, see, this one's 15 and then this one's 16. Which one's the one that's ahead? Shouldn't they both be the same number in the same week? Thought we lined them up.
But is it the same week with them? Let's see. No, Crypto Corner should be 16.
We do have a 15 video.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who handles this? Craig? Is this a Craig thing?
It should
Craig?
be.
Is Craig not doing our calendar correctly? He might have been our viewer, and now he's gone because he's like, oh, they're
Yeah.
not doing anything today.
I
But I
don't need
did put it
models.
in preview on purpose. It was like a 10-minute preview.
Yeah. And he's like, they're not doing anything.
They're just going to stay in preview. That's so funny.
Yep, good times.
All right. You ready for it? The bloodbath?
Yeah, let's find out what's happening.
Oh, it's bad.
It got worse?
It's,
from yesterday?
yeah. It actually
Well,
got
I guess
worse.
That's surprising.
Yeah. What do you think Bitcoin's at right now?
I don't know. I'm going to say not good.
You're
I'm going to still say it's number one.
You're going to still say it's number one. I hope so, because if it wasn't, then we got really big problems. It is at 20,000, and we are at 0.86 now. So we have fallen well below our $1 trillion asset class. And now we are, it was like we're in free fall again, which is like kind of the norm nowadays. But it's down another 10%. So let's go check. I didn't have it up. I should just have this up. Okay. So we're still falling here.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
One would hope that this wouldn't follow the same trend, but it stands to reason that yes, it would, right?
Yep.
Everybody's selling off all their risky assets because we're in a recession. So what does that mean? You skill up, right? You learn new things. Do you think Bitcoin's going to come back? Do you think blockchain is a technology for the future?
Yes. Yes, I do.
So then, if you were an investor, this might be a good time to buy.
Yeah, what's the what was it called? The fear index?
Oh, yes, that is. I have not looked at it because I mean, one can just assume that it is the most horrible rating ever. But yeah, no. So the greed fear index, the lowest. I've seen it in the teens. I think I want to see single digits. I don't think it's ever. Greed. I got it right. Fear index. This is one of my favorite indicators. Yep, there it is.
Oh.
Extreme fear. We're just gonna put it. We're gonna call that 0 now. So.
How high does it go?
I've seen it in the 80s. It's been in green.
Oh, so it's like 1 to 100.
Yep, 0. Yeah, 0 to 100.
Yeah, I was just trying to gauge what I was trying to figure out what the gauge.
Yeah. You're right. It is important to know. So, this
it's 1 to 10.
If you aren't already spending money on gas and food and all your other needs that have spiked, doubled, tripled, then and that also makes sense. People don't have money to put into here, and then as you see these markets tumble, keep in mind all-time high for Bitcoin is 67,000, I believe, depending on what chart you look at. So it was at 1.3 times higher. I think Binance will give me a good chart, but we'll look at it in a minute because I want to talk about our enterprise blockchains. This is just the finance side, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna start talking specifically about these projects. And something that I was talking with Darcy about was like these higher projects, they haven't shed that much. Really, I mean, yeah, Bitcoin, they're falling in line with Bitcoin right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not dumping. This one did a little bit, but in general, they're not dumping more than Bitcoin. Look, compared to Bitcoin's 8%, Chainlink's only dumped that much. These are still projects people believe in and real developers are working on, and they have real world uses, right?
Yep.
I mean, not all of them. not all of them. And you got to know what the difference between what they are. And if you come down, you get a lot further down. In the top 100, they're still at least not totally dying. But you start seeing higher percentages in general, right?
Yep.
A minute ago, we saw like 2, 3, up to 8s, following Bitcoin. Now we're seeing definitely the 8s and then 11, 12s, 13s. Not saying these are bad projects, but as you get further down the list of, sorry to scroll so much, 19,000 cryptocurrencies, you're going to find a lot of stuff that's not doing so well. And what do you think they're going to show you up here on this page, right? Oh, the biggest gainers, where you can make some money. Yep, keep pumping and wasting your money into the, as they like to call them, the shit coins. Well, not they, but crypto people. Everybody that tries to give better advice than, right in the center. It should show biggest losers, things to stay away from. Should have a lot of like teaching you to be better at it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not the name of the game. So I would always recommend don't focus on anything past the top 100 unless you know about the project. Like maybe you're working on it or you got a friend that's working on it and they can talk to you about it in depth. And then in that case, we got our viewer back. Yay.
Hey, welcome back.
Welcome back, viewer. I know it was a bumpy morning, but
we were drawing.
we were trying. We were updating our webpage. That was like you saw that live. So my still favorite projects right now. My favorite project, just the one that I think is the most untalked about in the last year, is still VeChain. Link and I were talking about this one. I am still a huge fan of VeChain. I think it's being used and I want to look at it more. I want to make sure that is the case, but its value was at one point 27 cents. And so if you start doing your multipliers, that's a huge gain compared to what, the difference between Bitcoins would only be a little over a 3x. So very interesting, but it doesn't mean that's a good project. Maybe there's a reason that, it's dropped from maybe in the top 10, I think at one point, down to 31. So there's reasons to look at it. Decentraland, surprisingly, still hanging around. That is I like that project. I mean, I'm a fan of the metaverse. I think it's cool. I'm a gamer. So it's just stupid games. Whatever, it's whatever. And then the sandbox is the second biggest one, or the same. I mean, it's just opinions. And so, if you look at its current valuation, it's lower, so it would be second, but it's still holding out in there. And if you look at what the difference, I think the highest that Decentraland ever went, as far as value, if you happen to be an investor, is, did it get up? Yeah. It was up at 5 in a spike, over 5. And so, it's fallen. I'm not trying to downplay it's fallen, but they're still around. If I go and pick the one, $5.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. This is, yep. Hey, fair question. Fair question. Yep. $5. For one token, it was $5.
Okay.
Now, tokens are worth 78 cents. Yeah, huge difference. And if you bought here at the hype and the height of it, I'm guessing you're probably still not an owner anymore. Because you probably sold because that was, scary and you've seen just all your money go away. So, but that would kind of selling. When it's worthless, what are you really gaining at that point? When I say worthless, yes, you maybe, if you went in with like $100,000, you'd still maybe have 10 or you have whatever out of it still, and that's still a significant amount of money, so maybe that was the reasoning by pulling out, but I don't know. So lots of interesting things, but right now still red, stock market's still red. It all makes sense. But let's talk about what we have as our top, according to Gartner, some top enterprise blockchains, right?
Mhm.
The last two episodes, we talked about the industries that blockchain could be helpful to and how maybe they would help, right?
Yes.
What
Supply
one?
chain
Yep.
um and then I think last week we talked more just agriculture and we got more in the weeds with it.
Yep. Yep. And so now let's go down another level and see what is being promoted as enterprise blockchains. And that's going to be the blockchains that will be more than likely used in business. And then if you're a programmer, you'd come across them the most, because really all we're doing is business stuff. And so, and even game programmers are now trying to figure out business stuff. How do you get microtransactions out of people? How do you enable buying and selling of your little outfits and your skins?
Ooh, your skin suits.
Really? Yeah. Ooh, that would be. So you're in your metaverse, you invite your friend over, and you're like, I gotta change. And they go behind one of those little foldy things, like just to change behind.
Yep.
And you
Like
see
a
them.
like
Oh,
the
what, go ahead.
olden days.
Yeah, of course. Everything's the olden days. And so they're back there changing, and then they throw their skin suit up over the top, right? And it's their old one, and they put their new one on, and then there's something else. Oh, we got a cool picture to talk about.
We do. Okay.
Yeah, and it could be like a skins. They got a picture of a chupacabra.
Oh, uh-huh.
A Texas zoo released a picture saying, "Hey, can anybody identify this?" And it's interesting. So we'll talk about that on Saturday, along with computers becoming alive,
Yep.
and basically a movie unfolding before our eyes. It's the craziest thing if you really take a step back and think about it that way. But so we have these blockchains, and it's interesting. I didn't hear about some of them, and I want to know more. So we got chain analysis or analysis. Analysis? Because there's no N.
Analysis? Chain analysis?
Chain analysis? Analysis. Yeah, there we go. Chain analysis. And it's like they're a little, if you're going to know anything about them, helps to solve everyday problems. Great prompt support. Interesting. And then you got IBM blockchain. So that would make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
IBM, huge business player, going to have their own blockchain. So that's one we're going to want to dive into, right?
Yeah.
I keep saying right a lot. I gotta stop doing that.
You're just making sure I'm still awake. I appreciate it. You're like, it's still with me?
I'm looking for confirmation. Yep, I guess. You still here? So
I'm here.
then
Unless
we
you can
have
the alternatives. You can just click on it and if you don't want to keep going through the list and
what?
compare. Like off to the side. It's
Oh,
got
oh
like
yeah, yeah.
another.
Cool.
I like that they've got that.
Yeah, we'll do that too here in a minute because we're gonna stay on this. This is our whole episode, so there's not too many tabs to really talk about.
Sweet.
And so then we have Ripple. Ripple's an interesting one because Ripple is tied to an actual traded cryptocurrency. And we've talked about Ripple way back when because they were tied up in the SEC lawsuit. And from all accounts, they're just fine. They did nothing wrong. And see, if you search Ripple, you don't really, you find stuff, all bad stuff, not real stuff. They're meant to trick you. So you want XRP. Oops, not XR5P. That is the cryptocurrency that they do. And so if you come down and you scroll down a little bit, And I'm just gonna do Control F. And so Ripple is announced. The XRP ledger architects gifted 80 billion XRP to Ripple so that the company could build use cases including its global payments network. Ripple net around the digital asset. So it looks like it's two separate operating companies, which makes sense. They have an XRP ledger with its native currency XRP as a faster, more energy efficient alternative to Bitcoin blockchain. In September of that year, along with another person, Chris Larsen, they founded a company that is today known as Ripple. So they created the cryptocurrency XRP based off the blockchain XRP ledger, which they also created. And then they built a company that sits on top of that to build out use cases, to make it useful, right?
Yep.
And so Ripple deployed in 2012, so it's been around for a while. This isn't a new player to the game. First, they do everything. They do everything. Micropayments, DeFi, to remind everybody, that's decentralized finance. And soon, oh, okay. Well, we don't know when this is written, but it says soon NFTs. So I guess they don't do everything, but NFTs is just the money grab side of things. I mean, it's not, I say it in its current state, it seems to be that way, right? Mm-hmm. It's current, just like what everybody's using it for. So people are building stuff though, so it'll get better. But deployed in 2012.
Somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not the people that are busy making it useful for business and trying to find how to make it helpful to consumers and regular people. It's people that have figured out ways to exploit. You're always going to have that. But XRP supports enterprises and Python, Java, and JavaScript developers with powerful utility and flexibility. Wow. They said at least a few words I like, right? Mm-hmm. And tons of tutorials, and they got sued or investigated by the SEC and had no problems as of known currently, or all their stuff would be horrible. I was looking at if you could buy, it said something about stock. And so this, to me, would be a solid company because even our U.S. government has investigated them and not shut them down, right? Not saying that you're going to make money, but it seems like they're not doing anything devious or they're paired up with the government. They're like, hey, like, let us monitor your blockchain. And they're like, okay, or no, they're like, no. They're like, okay, you're shut down. They're like, oh, wait, can we change our answer? Hey, it's hard to blame the people, right? You put your heart and soul into your company, and okay, it's tough. It's tough to stand by your morals. But no, I believe this is a solid company. And if we go back here, where do they sit on the rankings? Oh, I was already on it because we were reading about them. What is their number? Do you see what number they are? I can't see where it is in the screen, and I don't know where to look on the chart. I think, okay. Where's their market cap? 14 billion. Let's see what market caps are going for nowadays. Right here. Yeah, number 8.
Oh, they're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. Right around in the group of good projects. One's trying to do real world stuff. Interesting. I always miss them because I can't buy them on Binance because they're a competitor, so of course they don't listen. Like they're a direct competitor to any of these people that are around. So because they're the same as Ethereum, which is the largest one. If you're going to learn any programming language, learn the one for Ethereum Solidity. Learn all about that one. It's just the widest used one. Just makes sense. And then start trying to pick up some of the other ones. And then definitely to pair with Ethereum, you want to match Polygon. That one's hugely adopted. And that's a layer 2. But it may go away if Ethereum fixes all their stuff. But not necessarily. Just think of it as a side network for a heavy traffic. Like you have your main mega freeway, and then you have just other highways off to the side that help you along. Something like that.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with traffic. That's the way to think of what they're all getting you to the same place. They're all doing the same thing between Polygon and Ethereum. But when Ethereum's really, really congested, Polygon's usually not. And it's because of them, they now offload some of that work onto their network and then group your transactions and make larger blocks into Ethereum's network for you. So something to that effect. So that's XRP. And then we got Ethereum. Makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these aren't in any particular order, maybe the ratings but this one's rated higher, so maybe it's number ratings. It doesn't matter. So Ethereum, we know about that. We were just talking about that. And then we got Hyperledger Fabric. And this is from the Linux Foundation. And I really want to dive into this a little more. But we're not going to click on it quite yet. And then we got Stellar. And Stellar also has a cryptocurrency. See how they're doing. XLM. And so we had 14. They're at 2. So they're still doing kind of all right.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they're going to be ranked up there fairly high. And they're another project that you can openly invest in. That's why I dive into it a little quicker, because it's on CoinMarketCap. And it's a peer-to-peer decentralized network created in 2014 by the Stellar Development Foundation, or stellar.org. So you can go learn all about them. And the network launched, it does Stellar links people, banks, payment processors, and allows users to create, send, and trade multiple types of crypto. Sounds super useful, right?
It sure does.
And if you start reading projects, you'll see. Okay, let's go pick one. Let's go pick a couple of the sucky ones real quick. And I hate knocking on them, but I'm gonna go outside the top 100. So where's my little scrolly bar? I hate when sometimes I'm in dark mode and can't see it.
It's just under where your mouse was. Now it's just above your mouse. You don't see it? Yeah.
No, it's so tiny.
I can see it.
No, because the reason is there's an outline showing that OBS is using the screen, and it's covering up the majority. It's like a border, and like for me, it seems like it's like 3 pixels wide. That's like the space I had to grab into. Not trying to make excuses for my lack of navigation, but we're gonna take. I don't want to do Moonbeam, but that one sounds just stupid. So we're gonna pick Moonbeam, and what you'll find, yeah, the reason I didn't want to pick this because I think it's actually a decent project. I thought, even as stupid as it sounds, I thought that I looked into it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to waste time on it. If you go to the really oh wait, I know how to get to the really crappy ones. These right up here. What is I wasting time? The one that advertised right on the front. Oh, okay, this is funny. So this token was created in honor of the victims of the Luna and UST stablecoin massive crash. So They want you to donate it. They're a silly little game. Both together, continuous supply will decrease. It's just it's a lot of talk about how this is like because supply decreasing means that yours is going to be worth more. It's all about how you're going to make more money
Mm-hmm.
and not about what how they're solving any kind of problems what they're doing. So
This
what
I
is
like this is handy. It's handy.
I'm trying to see. Yes, is a cryptocurrency launched in 2020? Doesn't mean that it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Operates on Ethereum. Well, so then that means it's not anything that it's its own, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
not a real project. Handy has a current supply of a bunch and a bunch in circulation with some prices and is currently trading in 4 markets. What does it do? Right?
It's
Nothing.
just handy.
It's just handy. It's handy to know about. But it's up 300% in a market where Bitcoin's losing 10%, right?
Yep.
So
Hmm.
yeah. So I'm only trying to show ones that I think have useful uses. So this one's really interesting. I want to read more about Stellar, so that's another one we'll talk about a lot more in depth because we will want to focus on enterprise blockchain since that's the one you'll be most likely programming in. Then we got our favorite, right? The one
Yep.
that puts food on our table.
Yeah.
The
It's
best
good.
company
It's,
in the world.
yeah.
Right? Pretending to program.
Yep. It is the best
But
company.
second best would be Microsoft. Because
Yeah, I guess they do okay.
if we didn't have
They've
them,
got 5 stars.
they do. They do. And we're going to learn all about it because that's what we work in.
Because it's relevant to us.
Yep. That's a good way of saying it. It's exactly that. So that's the one we'll focus on, and I can almost promise you we'll never focus on Oracle. Not because of them being a direct competitor, as funny as it is, but because it really has no relevance to us in any world. Like our second choices would be it'd be any of the ones we just talked about really.
Yeah.
Before Oracle. Not that Oracle's bad, but we have to pick one of the two major businesses. And so we work in Microsoft, so there's no reason. There's no point in us putting the effort at this point. I've thought about it a million times. I want to learn SAP. I want to learn NetSuite. I want to learn other things. And not saying all that's related to Oracle, which some I don't know how much NetSuite is. I believe that's its back end too. But I know SAP is. And so just because of working in the ERP space, it would be great to know all the ins and outs and how to work in those other ones just to see because it might help us in Business Central, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
but nah, no, there's so many other things to learn. Like I want to learn how Google's AI came alive, right? What we're going to talk about on Saturday.
Yep. Absolutely.
So like and how we can do the same thing. I just saw, I know that there's still companies talking about the forecasting AI module in Business Central that was shown 6 years ago. I don't know that. Like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it too much, but yeah, I know that's still being shown, and so there's lots of room for improvement in AI knowledge for us and machine learning types topics, rather than to spend time learning, a whole nother stack of stuff that really is the same as what we're working in. There's no advantage to know one over the other. They're both doing the same thing. It's just whichever world you fall into.
Yep.
So unfortunately, Oracle falls by the wayside for us.
Yep. Sorry, Oracle.
Yep. Bitcoin, of course, we talk about that. So we want to know more about its technology, the Lightning Network, all that. Or Hyperledger. See, that's why I was like, yeah, I've kind of heard about Hyperledger. Blockstream, never heard about. We'll just look. I love when it says it's one of the best software entity in the industry. They are a global leader in Bitcoin and blockchain technology. They have many positive experiences while using Blockstream products. Oh, I do have many. So this is a review.
Yeah, the only review. There was only one review.
Well, that's why we're at the bottom now. So we got ones I've never heard of, but I've heard of Quorum. And look whose name's underneath that.
Yeah.
So we will look at this one. Only because you carry a big name that is backing you. Tangle, I think I've heard about, but I don't know. At this point, these bottom feeders, I don't know. And they're just new, maybe.
Yeah.
But we're not looking at them because there's so much to look at. It's kind of like search results, you know. Everybody keeps clicking on the top ones, and they just keep getting higher and higher, and then they gain popularity only because they're higher in the results. All right, we're gonna move on. So that's some of those. Another website. What do we got? Top 5 blockchain platforms for enterprises. And we see Ethereum, which we would
Can we make this
expect.
bigger?
No.
Okay.
No. Is that better? You wanted to see Saurabh Gupta.
Yes, I do. Well, he's the president.
And Mayank Madhur is a practice leader. So those two guys are in charge of whoever we're looking at their stuff. HFS Research. Summary of features of the top five blockchains. So we're just going to look at the names because we just talked about them. Ethereum, Hyperledger, Ripple, Quorum, R3 Corda. Were they in our list?
Nope.
Sure?
Nope, they weren't. I don't know why I yelled that, sir.
You're not sure.
Oh.
Look at that. You had to hit down. So you weren't given all the information. So your answer was accurate according to the information you were given. Isn't that funny how that works?
Yep.
You're wrong, but you were right.
I was both.
Yeah. Isn't that how the media works? Huh?
I'm right back where I started.
But isn't that how the media works? Because they can always pull out a technicality that they're right on something and then lie about the rest. Right? I don't know. That's how being sly with your words work.
Yeah.
But Corda. So we dismissed ones down that don't have any reviews, right?
Yep.
But there's other people that look very professional. They have suits and they have glasses and haircuts.
Smiling.
And this guy kind of, I don't know. He looks like, I don't know. He looks devious. This
I
guy's
can't
like,
see him. Your bare face is in the way.
Eric, can you see him? Hold on.
That's awesome.
Oh, I can't slide side to side. They don't show them when you go to this view. They're like, they're not important unless you're full screen. Wow, that's pretty funny. Oh, they're the authors. They're not even the owners. So that's even better. We were like giving them way more credit. Now they're just writers. They're like us.
Yeah. Just a couple normal folks.
Yeah, just the normal folks. They look fancy. They're much fancier than us.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't even own a tie.
That's funny. So
good times.
So they've also went and done some analysis, and look, see, these don't matter CoinMarketCap for these other projects because they're just doing the work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your consensus algorithm. So we got proof of work, and then we got pluggable framework, Probabilistic voting. Ooh, majority voting. So we need to learn more about our consensus algorithms, right?
Yep.
Smart contract functionality. Yes,
Oh, look,
yes.
it says click to enlarge. Down below.
I am not clicking this.
Okay.
This is like it seems dangerous. Do you see this? Look, it's taking me, if you look down at the bottom of the screen, it's taking me to horsesforsources.com, storage, app media, Phil, March, April 2018, enterprise blockchain platforms, JPEG. Okay. The first part sounded a little sketchy. Horses for sources. That's why I was like, I don't know if I want to go to my. Oh.
Why? That's a weird name.
Horses for sources. It all makes sense. So now I will click it, and we have a big picture. Yay!
Oh, it's not bigger.
Yeah, I think
all
it.
that.
Okay, maybe on your screen it didn't really get bigger because I zoomed in already.
Yeah.
So it's funny. Yeah, after all that, it didn't really. But so I like these authors' research because from our own research, we came up with the exact same overlapping results. Ours had a few more on it that, I'm not going to brag up our searching, but I do want to say it was better. So
that's funny.
what are you going to do about that, guys? Please bring viewers to our website.
Yeah.
No.
They're like, get a catchier name.
Yeah.
Chumps.
Horses for sources. Yes. It will be stuck in my head.
I like it.
So, yeah. And then they go on to talk about, what we didn't dive into yet, but we will. Specifically, our whole title will be on one chain, right? We're going to do whole episodes or an episode dedicated to 2 chains, something to that effect.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Yep. Now, let's expand to 5 notable blockchain platforms you should know about in 2021. Are they still relevant in 2022?
Oh, a little bit of compare.
Yeah.
Contrast.
Cardano. What do you think?
I'm going to say
ADA.
yes.
Yep. Let's go check. Still relevant? Number 7. Right around XRP, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, if you cheated and looked down just a couple spots, or up 1 or 2, you're gonna see Binance. Yep. Binance has an unfair advantage because they're a huge exchange also. So people are already using their coin to, not pay some finance fees or some trading fees, or help alleviate that. So then you have some, and you would be more inclined to buy it. It was just $300 just the other day too. That's what's crazy. So they definitely shed. Yeah, in the last 7 days they shed an extra 70% or 30%. So
like 70. How'd you get 70?
So then we got Polygon. You ever hear of them?
Yep. Yeah, we were just talking about them earlier today.
And our NFT is minted on that, right, Craig? Hopefully he's the one listening. And he can validate that we didn't rug pull people. Now if they tune in right then they're going to be like, what? Rug pull? No, we just never made it yet. We didn't collect any money. It was a free one. It was totally free.
It was totally free.
Still totally free. We're going to still mint it.
Yep, we will.
It's just hard to find time to do it. And it's not like a hard process, but we don't want to waste money doing it because it does cost us money to do it. Yeah. And now, but that is something to talk about. So if you want to practice in the real world, right? I mean, of course we're going to practice. We already did it with the fake world. But to buy Polygon tokens, it is insanely cheap right now. Compared to $2.58. So if you want to mint on Polygon's network, it would be a very good time to stock up on some Polygon. That's something you want to think about during these downtimes. If you are also burning Ethereum when you're doing minting, for real minting, right, on the Ethereum's network, so the other, the largest platform, now would be a good time to stock up on your Ethereum so that you can do your minting way cheaper, right?
Yeah. I like it. That
Yeah,
feels
this has been as
very
high as
good.
almost 5K. So you can either pay 4 times as much for your minting, or, and I mean, and that does have to do with gas fees. So you would want to pick times when the network's quiet, and I don't know if downtimes, you know what the trading happening's going. You know what I mean? So you'd want to look into a few things. Oh, we can look at that chart in a second. We only got a few minutes. Then we got Polkadot and Solana. Well, going
I
back
feel
to
like
our,
Solana's still up. I don't know
yep,
about Polkadot.
Solana,
No,
Polkadot.
Polkadot.
Two projects I still stand by. Now their prices are down like everybody else, so if you've invested in them, you might not like them because you've lost money, but everybody's lost money in everything. So believe in your projects. Make sure, hey, learn how to develop in them and help them out. There you go. Doge is still there. They've slid out of the top 10, but they are still around. They are still relevant. They are still a thing. So if you waste your money in anything, waste it in Dogecoin. In that, like, if you're going to totally throw it away, I would say you got 10 better
And
ones.
the option is throwing it in the trash, literally, or
Mhm.
Dogecoin, buying
Yeah,
Dogecoin.
yeah, exactly. If you like gambling and you're gonna go buy a lottery ticket, I don't know, buy some Dogecoin tokens. Same
Oh,
thing.
there you go.
But they're still, and they'll hold value until the next time they don't. But they're you know,
Isn't that true for most things?
yeah.
It'll hold its value.
Well,
until it
not a
doesn't.
lottery ticket.
Yeah, no.
Once it loses, it's over. You're done.
Well, the whole value in a lottery ticket is getting your hopes up.
Well, this is it. This is your
the amount
hopes.
of
Look,
hour- Yeah.
look, if you were sitting here and you're staring at this, I know some people are in at say 31 cents. So a huge far cry from where this is at. And say the all-time high at 67 cents or 69 cents or whatever, right? It's far from 5 cents. So it's better than a lottery ticket because you get constant hopes up. You're like, oh my gosh, we're going back up. We're going back up. Oh, nope. Oh, yep. No. Oh, wait. Is this the bottom? Are we done crying? We're going back up. You get it? You know, so it's an over and over lottery ticket with your small investment.
So it's like an ulcer.
It is. So, as of 1 year ago, or it's just around a year ago. See, these are not the types of charts that you like the best, where it's flatline and then it has a big spike and then it's just slowly dropping off. But it was somewhere, I can't get to the top, but as you know, you trust me, it was above 58 cents, which, like I said, just below 70 cents. So the notable blockchains that we've talked about, a few you can invest in if you want to give money to them, or you can learn more about them and then make an educated decision, or just learn how to program in them and come up with a cool project and make money because you've come up with a unique idea and you don't rely on other people. Well, their networks,
like
but
relying on
that's
other
it.
people.
You like
But I do
relying
wanna-
on other people?
I'd
Hey.
like to make my own project.
I have a new coin that I would like to tell you about. Can I count on your investment?
You can count on my support as a friend.
I need financial support.
How about a handshake? I don't
No.
have hands.
Let me tell you the name.
How about
Okay.
Horses for sources?
No, that one's already taken.
Oh yeah.
TAC. TAC. Totally awesome coin.
I thought you said P and not T.
Pack?
T as in Paul. T.
Yeah. No, T is in Tom. So you need to invest in Tatcoin. I got it out there. Let's see how well it's doing. Did you know, this is what I've been sinking all our funds into.
Mm.
You know, from all our Patreons.
Yep.
TAC, Taicoin, Tai Chi, traceability chain. Wow, it's gonna be hard to come up with a unique name when 3 other people are already using TAC. But you're only allowed a 3-letter prefix, I think. So it's kind of hard to come up with totally unique ones. But no, I don't have any stupid coin. All right.